Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Wojturska and I am the University of Edinburgh's Open Access Publishing Officer based on the Scholarly Communications team. So I'm here to talk about our service, Edinburgh Diamond, and specifically about the growth of our student-led journals and why we think this is a very exciting area for us to be focusing on right now. So just quickly for those of you who don't know, Edinburgh Diamond is situated within the University of Edinburgh Library, and we provide publishing services for academics and students who wish to publish Diamond open access books, journals, and conference proceedings. The service is provided absolutely free of charge to those people. And Edinburgh Diamond actually began life as a journal hosting service way back in 2009. We've since rebranded as a library publisher. And as of today, we have 24 active journals, 7 conference proceedings, and 125 books, which is pretty good going. Of those 24 journals, 12, so half, of them are led by students of the University of Edinburgh. And it is those journals that I will be focusing on today. So the growth of these student-led journals, it was actually completely organic for us. We weren't going out, trying to reach students, trying to find this type of journal. But what we did find is that students were approaching us. They were very interested in publishing, about learning about publishing in Edinburgh Diamond, about what we're doing and how they can get involved. So since 2020, we've actually doubled the amount of student-led journals we have. We've got more on the way. And one thing that's really interesting is that student journals make up half of our portfolio, and they were responsible for 25% of the usage that we saw in 2024, specifically article downloads. So I think we had almost 500,000 article downloads in 2024. So the student journals being responsible for 25% of that is pretty impressive. But yeah, basically this and all the positive feedback that we get from our students makes us want to be a little bit more active in this area. We really want to utilize the opportunities that facilitating student-led publishing can bring. What I wanted to do now was just quickly whiz through the student-led journals we publish to give you an idea of the variety of research that we facilitate. So first up, Contemporary Challenges. This one's led by students from the MSc in Global Crime, Justice and Security at the Edinburgh Law School. It's open for submissions from students and all researchers. Edinburgh Architecture Research is led by postgraduate research students and publishes research specifically coming out of that school. The Edinburgh Journal of Science was founded in 2024. It's one of our newer ones, brand new journal. This journal provides a way for students to gain experience in writing, preparing, and publishing their work, and we're set up very much with that in mind. The Edinburgh Student Law Review was established in 2009 and only just moved to the Edinburgh Diamond platform last year. And this journal welcomes submissions from students of all levels at any institution, as long as it's in the field of legal studies. Forum is led by students from various relevant courses who work to foster a network for the exchange and circulation of ideas within the wider postgraduate community. And Leviathan is published by students for students, and this one functions to elevate political discourse. So interestingly, with this journal, the editors took it upon themselves to help students learn how to run a journal and also how to write articles. So they're very hands-on, which is great to see. Musicology is run by postgraduate students on relevant music courses at the University of Edinburgh, and it aims to highlight master's and PhD level students' work. The Open Journal of Biodiversity and Ecosystems is our baby of the portfolio. It just launched this year. They're currently looking for submissions. But interestingly, the editorial team members are spread across 3 continents, which is impressive. Plurality launched in 2023 and aims to create an inclusive and thought-provoking space to encourage both new and experienced writers to publish their research in intersectional gender studies. And Rethink provides a platform for undergraduate student work, which seeks to better understand the everyday life of ourselves and others through ethnographic research. Scripted draws on a thriving postgraduate community of students from all around the world and really benefits from the close ties of that community with the Faculty of Law at the University of Edinburgh. Finally, we have the South Asianist. Interestingly, this one used to be led by academics and is now led by students. And this one's for researchers at all levels in the humanities and social sciences whose work contributes to South Asian studies. So yeah, these are our current journals. I hope that shows you the breadth of not only subject areas, but also overall purposes and remits of these student journals that we publish and how they can achieve so much and so many different things as well. So I next just wanted to run you through the process. Yeah, the process for students to join the Edinburgh Diamond community is pretty simple. We have an online proposal form, which they fill out, and then an internal committee, which is made up of the Edinburgh Diamond team and some more librarians, meet once a month to discuss the proposals, and we use internal quality criteria to determine which journals we will take on and which journals we won't. If accepted, we ask the student to fill out a journal setup form. We then use that to go and set up the journal on OJS or Open Journal Systems, which is open source software from the Public Knowledge Project. So once we've got that journal set up on OJS, we then meet with the student and we provide workflow training so that they're really confident with using that system and they know what they're doing. If they forget things, not a problem. It's ongoing support. I work on the service full time. They can ask me questions at any point. PKP also have wonderful advice and guidance around using the system, so we point them to that as well. One thing that we have found really important is to clearly define roles so that the student knows what to expect from Edinburgh Diamond and that they know exactly what work they themselves will be expected to undertake. So at Edinburgh Diamond, we provide a hosting platform and workflow management system, both through OJS. And as I said, I provide the workflow training on that as well. We provide ongoing technical support, so migrations, upgrades, bug fixes, everything. We allocate ISSNs, ISBNs, and DOIs, whatever is needed. We also archive and preserve all content. We have agreements with locks and clocks. And we also have, we're included in the PKP preservation network, and we have our own internal daily backups as well. We do all the indexing submissions, and we also create annual reports so that we can look at, look at all those annual usage download statistics and measure them year on year. We also provide ongoing publishing best practice guidance, advice, and policies. And all of this is to say we very much have an ongoing relationship with our student editors. It's not a case of setting them up and then off you go, good luck. We see it as more as a collaboration. As for student responsibilities, we expect them to manage their own workflow, including submissions and peer review. We also currently ask them to do their own production as well, including copy editing and typesetting. This is something we want to be able to offer in the future, and we are very much looking into being able to do so, but it's a lack of resource at the minute, unfortunately. We also expect our student editors to manage their own social media accounts and engage in any marketing and promotion that they see fit using their own networks. We do provide guidance in this area, and we do a little bit of marketing and promotion of our own as well. Finally, we expect them to create a succession plan for new editors just to help mitigate the risk of a journal becoming defunct. The last thing we want to do is spend time setting up a new journal and then, it just crashes into the ground a year later. So we try to prevent that from happening. So there are many benefits to running a student-led journal. For example, they can be used in teaching and learning. As I previously mentioned, one of our journal editors took it upon themselves to offer training to other students, and we very much want to look at the ways that we can develop more in that area. Also, students gain experience in all facets of publishing and can develop these skills ahead of their careers. An understanding of the academic publishing landscape can be really helpful. I think we can all agree it's an industry known for its lack of transparency, so we're really trying to combat that. There are also transferable skills for most other industries that students can highlight on their CV. So, for example, juggling priorities, meeting deadlines, developing an eye for detail, author care, all of these are not only suitable for academic publishing, but other industries as well. And this list is not exhaustive, but a final point is that student publishing fosters closer connections between the student and the library. So hopefully opening their eyes to the many ways that librarians can enhance and enrich their university experience. So I would be an absolute liar if I didn't admit that there are also challenges to managing such a service. So firstly, there is the issue of resource. You need to ensure that you're fully equipped with everything you need to help the students in their publishing endeavors. Um, it's obviously going to be more difficult depending on your resource, but doing the best you can with what you have is really important, just so we're not adding stress to a student's workload. It's also important to keep on top of industry standards and trends in academic publishing, just so that you're able to relay this to students and give them more detailed advice. This might involve some upskilling because not all librarians are going to have publishing knowledge and not all publishing people are going to have librarianship knowledge. I come from a publishing background, moving into library publishing. Let me tell you, that was a learning curve. So it's also important to be mindful of overall workloads that students have and how they might already be overstretched. So we try not to put too many deadlines on things for them. We make them aware of the importance of publishing to time, but we're not too strict, is what I'm trying to say. Also, as we know, students leave the institution once they graduate. For Edinburgh Diamond, that means they can no longer act as the core editor on the journal. They can still be part of the editorial team, absolutely, but the core editor needs to be based at the University of Edinburgh. So the way we kind of handle this, because obviously it's a challenge ensuring that new editors are brought in, we're told about them, we can then train them up on using the system. We mitigate it by just staying involved and really staying in touch with our student editors. We let them know early on that they need a succession plan in place. And also we have an academic contact for each student journal. They act as a bit of a bridge and an ambassador. And I mean, the additional training does take up a lot more time, but it is worth it for the aforementioned benefits. And to be honest, it stops me from getting rusty with using the system, so it's all good. So yeah, looking to the future, we will continue to develop our portfolio of student-led journals and invest more of our time into understanding how this could be helpful for our students. We're going to be looking at ways to engage students, and we think the way to do this is to just listen to what they need, what they would like from the service, how they would like to see us grow, and we will shape ourselves accordingly. So we are being a bit open here, but we think that's a good thing for us. We also want to look at multiple projects, not just journals. So for example, we have some student created books on our site, including a cookbook made for those without access to a full kitchen. That was created by a third-year medical student. We also have colouring books featuring student artwork, and we have a textbook that is dedicated to a specific course. And interestingly, with this one, academic students and librarians all work together on this. So we're keen to highlight all the amazing things our students get up to across the university, as well as their academic research. So yeah, thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please just reach out. You can also find out more on our website and social media account. So yeah, this is goodbye from pre-recorded digital Rebecca, and live Rebecca is on her way. So yeah, thank you all very much.